A very good afternoon to all. Today I am going to start the new topic, that is the non-parametric representation analytical curves. It is the continuation topic of hidden line removal surface. Here we are having the non-parametric representation analytical curves. So you can see here the line, circle, ellipse and parabola. The formula of the non-parametric way given over here. As you all know, the line having the equation of y, capital Y equal to ms plus c, where m is where this m is called the slope and c is called the intercept. Okay, next we are having the s square plus y equal to r square. Okay, where r is the radius of circle and this is the equation for the circle. Next we are having the ellipse, s square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. Next we are having the parabola, y square equal to 4x or x square equal to 4ay. Both formula we can use, okay, with respect to the different types of axes. Although non-parametric representation of the curve equation are used in some cases, they are not in the general suitable for CAD. Okay, it is not suitable for the CAD because they are non-parametric curves. The equation is dependent on the choice of coordinate system. The reason behind that, why it is not suitable for the CAD, computer aided design, the first equation is dependent on the choice of coordinate system. Implicit equation, there is an implicit or explicit. Implicit equation must be solved simultaneously to determine the points on the curve. Inconvenient process. Okay. Another, if the curve is to be displaced as a series of a point or a straight line segment, the computational involved could be extensive. So this is like a three reason. Because of this three reason, okay, it is not suitable and desired to the CAD. Okay, so you must remember, rather than you have to remember the for this formulas also. Okay, it is most important, or may you have already studied in the lower classes. Okay, the next is called the parametric representation of the analytical curves. Okay, in the parametric representation, the each point on the curve expressed as a function of parameter u. This is the major difference. Okay, function of parameter u. The parameter acts as a local coordinates for the point on the curve. Okay, for the 3D curve, you can see over here we are having actually here will be the value of z. Actually, it is wrong done by me. Sorry, this is actually z, x, y and z. Then I am writing in the parametric form that x of u, y of u and z of u, means the each and every coordinate is the function of u, and the value of u always between the u min to u max, or we can say from 0 to 1. The parametric curve is bounded by the two parametric values, that is u min and u max, and I know it is always having the value of 0 to 1. Value of u always 0 to 1. It is the convenient to normalize the parametric variable to u, and it has a limit 0 to 1, as I said above. Okay, as I said this here. Okay, is having the value limit 0 to 1. Okay, first I am having the lines. Okay, this is very important formula, you must remember. In the last to last year paper, I think they have asked the question on the line. Okay, if you remember this formula easily, you can get the 8 or 10 marks. They are asking for the 8 to 10 marks. Let us see, we will see in the numerical time, but this is very important. Okay, a line connecting 2 points p1 and p2. Okay, we are having the line always connecting by the 2 points, that is one is p1, another is p2. As I said, it start from 0 and end with the 1. Okay, we are having the p1 and p2. Okay, and the p is the function of u, p is the function of u. Okay, and the value of u start from 0 to 1. Now directly you can just remember this formula, no need to drive this formula, because in the examination they never ask the derivation, they only ask the numerical on the line. So p equal to p1 plus u into p2 minus p1. So this is a formula for the line. In the scalar form, This is a vector form. They always ask for the vector form, not for the scalar form, but for sake of a knowledge, you also know the scalar form x equal to x1 plus u x2 minus x1, y equal to y1 plus u y2 minus y1, z equal to z1 plus u z2 minus z1. The above defines the line bounded by the endpoints p1 and p2 whose associated parametric values are 0 to 1. So in this case, this formula is very important, you must know, okay, because this formula is used in numerical. Next, circle. Okay, as we all know, okay, a circle having the radius is r, and the equation for the circle, that is x square, the analytical equation y square non-parametric form, that is equal to r square, that is equal to r square. Okay, so here I am representing the circle with respect to x, y and value of z. Okay, value of z. Now you can just you remember value of x equal to sc plus r cos u and y equal to yc plus r sin u, where value of u in the case of circle, it is always lies between a 0 to 2 pi because it is a circle. Okay, and z equal to zc, x, y, z, we are all having the formula for sc, yc, zc, but only in case of sc, r cos u and r sin u. For the circle in a xy plane, the parameter u is the angle measured from the x-axis to the any point P on the circle. In this case also, you just remember this formula. Circular arc, it is not asked in the exam, but only for the sake of knowledge, you must know what is the formula. For the same formula we are using for the circular arc also. Okay. Next, a very important, that is the synthetic curves. There are the different types of synthetic curves are there. We will study in the different types of sessions. Okay, and it is a most important topic in the module 1 with respect to your test as well as the end semester examination. Curves that are constructed by the many curves segment are called the synthetic curves. Synthetic curves. Okay, analytical curves are not sufficient to meet the geometric design requirement for the mechanical parts. Products such as the car body, okay, aeroplanes, propeller shaft and many more, okay, are designed by using the synthetic curves. Okay, mathematical approach to the representation of the curve in the CAD, the first is interpolation, another one is approximation. There are two types of the curves. One the interpolation curves, another one is called approximation curves. If the problem of the curve design is the problem of a data fitting, the classical interpolation solution are used, because we will see in the next slide what is the advantages of the interpolation curve as well as approximation. If the problem is dealing with the free form the design with a smooth shape, okay, means it is not passing through all the data control point, we will use the approximation method. First, the interpolation. The meaning of interpolation, okay, if I am having this is a curve, okay, and this is a crosses, you can see the cross will be here, this is a crosses, okay, this all the crosses called the control point, that is control the curve. But in case of interpolation, the curve always passes through the control point. It is sometime maybe it is possible it is not 1 or 2 point will be left, but it is 100% it will be passes through all the curves. Okay, there are two types of the interpolation technique. One is called Lagrange polynomial and another is parametric cubic. Lagrange polynomial, it is not in your syllabus, only the Hermite curves or parametric cubic Hermite curve is in your syllabus. So we'll see in the next slide. For the Hermite curve, okay, a derivation of the Hermite curve is here. It is not asked in the examination, only sake of your knowledge you must know how it is comes. Only the formula you have to remember, because on the basis of formula they are asking the question in the final and semester examination. Okay, Hermite curves are designed by using the two control points and tangent segment, tangent point. Okay, we are having a 2.1 p1 and p0 p1. Okay, and there is a two tangent is here, you can see that is tangent that having the p0 dash and p1 dash. Okay, same thing here also, it is having the value of u equal to 0 and the u equal to 1 here, u equal to 1 here. Okay, so in this case we are having the 4 points, we are having the 4 points and the 2 point p0 p1 and two tangent point, that is the p1 p0 dash and p1 dash. Okay, we are having the same p of u, the function of u, x of u, y of u, z of u. I am writing in the form of coefficient, in the form of the coefficient x of u c3x for the x, u cube, u square, u and cs. This is like a formula. Okay, you must know in the form of x of u, y of u. Same we are using for the x of u, y of u and z of u. 3 into 4, 12. Okay, 3 into 4, 3 into 4, 12 elements is there. 12 coefficient to be determined. The 12 element will be here. Okay, 3 equation is there. This is in the form of matrix. The same as usual way. The values is ranging from 0 to 1. Now by using the boundary condition, we need to find the value of C3, C2, C1 and C0. Okay, by using the boundary condition. Okay, we are having this equation first. Okay, after the value I am putting the value of u equal to 0. Once I put the value of u equal to 0, this will be 0, this is also 0, this is this will be 0, this 0, this also 0. Only C0 will be getting. Okay, for the p of 0. If I am writing the for p of 0, for p of dash only I'll get the value of C1 or value of C1, value of C1, because here this both value will be 0. Okay, this both value will be 0. Okay, after this you may see over here, once I put the value of, because this is a p and this is a p of dash. Okay, this is a p of dash, dash is not visible, dash is not visible. Okay, so I put the value of 0 is here. Now in this case you have to find the value of all the constants C3, C2, C1 and C0. Okay, and by putting the values of p and p dash, so you will get the value of C0, C1 after the putting the values of V0. In this case you can see this 0, this 0, this 0. Okay, I'll get the C0. I'll put the value of PO dash. In this PO dash I'll get this C3, C3u, 2 C2u will be 0 and C1. After the putting the value of u of 1 in the p of 1, I'll get the C3, C2, C0, because there is no way it will be 0, all the values. Okay, and I'll put in this case also I'll get this equation. Okay, I'll get this equation. Now after getting all this equation, okay, I got the PO dash, P1 and P1 dash. Okay, 4/3 equation from two control point. I got these values. Okay, C0, C1, C2, C3. I'll put the again. I'll got these values. Okay, it means that C0 equal to P1. I'll put the value again in the first equation, this equation, first equation. Okay, this is the here I'll get this p and I'll put these values in here. All these values I am putting over in this equation. Okay, C3 value, C2 value, C1 value and C0 value, all parameter can be determined, and after that I'll get the final equation. This is the final equation. You must know this is the final equation, which is very important. It is very important. You mark it 2 star. Derivation they never ask, only they ask the question on the basis of this formula, and this equation we can say Hermite in the vector form. It is in the vector form. Okay, this Hermite vector form. In the matrix form also you can remember this formula. This is the matrix form: u cube, u square, u1 1, and here 2 minus 2 1 and 1 minus 3 3 minus 2 minus 1 0 0 1 0 1 triple 0 p0 p1 p0 dash p1 dash. Okay, based on the location of two end points and their slopes, means the two tangent point and two control point. The values always in between the 0 to 1, and this is the final vector form. Okay, so now in this case, as I said, only you have to remember this equation, or we can say at the below. Okay, this equation, which is most important. Okay, for solving the numerical, they ask numerical. In the next session we'll see the numerical also on this formula. Okay, now here the Hermite curve. What are the properties of the Hermite curve? The Hermite curve is a composed of a linear combination of a tangent and location. As I said, two tangent and two control. Alternative, the curve is linear combination of the Hermite basis function. The piecewise interpolation scheme is, as I said, C1, C0, C2, C3 having the number of control a number of c's and constant. The blending function have a local support. Changing a control point or the tangent vector changes its local neighborhood while leaving the rest unchanged. Disadvantage requires the specification of a tangent. The information is not always available. Okay, that is the major problem. Okay, specification of tangent, but information not always available. Limited to the third degree polynomial, therefore its curve is quite stiff. Okay, it is limited to only third degree. It is not moving above the third degree. For that, we will move towards the Bezier curves. In the next session, we will see the Bezier curve. I thanks to all the students for their great patience to listen me. Thank you very much. We will see you in the next session.